Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D Land 2, the newest session of the Zodiac campaign. Before we jump right into the action, as per usual, we have a few short announcements we have to make. First of all, our Patreon. If you want to support what we do, integrate into our community, participate in some one-shots, participate in community events, and join our private Discord server, go ahead and join our Patreon. We also have a comic series that is coming out each month, a month early for the patrons to enjoy before I start releasing it onto the internet for everybody else. The first chapter is already there, and voting for the fourth chapter is live. So if you guys want to vote, we only have 3 more options, guys, and Desmond's winning by a little bit, but you know, there's still Harry and there's still Hedge. Shocking, all the wee folk. Tisk, disappointed in community. We folk last. I guess it took him longer to get there. Anyways, if you want to support us by a few other means, we also have a media channel. You can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, all of which we are at ProDMJoey. And last but not least, we have our sub goal, because we are forever getting closer to that. Every 50 subs, we are going to be playing a marbles game where all sub gifters will be assigned that many marbles. And if your marbles wins the race, you get to decide what we're doing that day and there. Of course, it has to be feasibly done on the spot, you know. But should be fun, should be interesting. Few restrictions other than the community rules and guidelines, as well as TOS. And, well, I'm not wearing a banana hammock on stream. It's just not happening. I'm sorry. Y'all don't pay me for that service, and I would not do that to many of my patrons. But anyways, I think that's going to be everything. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention one other thing. Next Thursday, you guys might want to make yourselves available a little later in the evening. We are going to be having a puppet show that the community got to write the story for. And I did shut them down a little early, yes, because you guys were getting way out of hand. See what happens when I give you power? You abuse it. Yes, Wyatt, I'm looking at you. And Ogun, I'm looking at you. But anyways, I will be creating the ending in a way that I think feels generic for it, but I will be putting on this puppet show for everybody. Keep in mind, I do not own the rights to these puppets. I just own the puppets. So, that's going to be everything. Wyatt, tell us what happened last session, please.
So last session on Zodiac. Gabby, Reese, and Glacies Iblis, my bad, changed her name, decided to go to Sotide Outpost to visit Lucian's sister under the guise of, we're going to go get a statue for Gabby, because there was a statue maker heading to Scorpio and we were going to cut them off. We invited Lucian, but he was working on his books. We tried to invite Imperial and Reagan, but they were nowhere to be found. So we decided to go off during that time. I was sure if Lucifon needed me, he'd find me. He was gathering the last of Nobu's soul or something. I wasn't quite sure. But we continued down that area, and as we crashed Lucian's sister's bachelorette party, we bought her a pet that was, I can't say Furby, but a ball of fur that had eyes that would paralyze people and had a lot of rules. One of them was don't feed it meat, don't get it in sunlight, and don't look it in the eyes. And we broke all of those rules within the first 12 hours of owning it. We gave it to an intoxicated elf, and she lost it, and somebody's poodle went missing. We thought about finding it, but we thought it was for the best that the owner takes responsibility for it. We decided to leave and start heading off to Scorpio. And when we headed off to Scorpio, there was an event that took place. We saw a bunch of demons pouring out of the sky. Iblis, being a devil, just wanted to kill them immediately, but couldn't fly. So Gabby and Reese, who turned into a dragon, flew up there and started attacking them. As they were attacking them, while I was on the ground, some person in torn up clothes and looked very hungry kept coming towards me. I found out that was famine the hard way. and we managed to slow Famine down by beating the crap out of him till he could limp. And then we left. And when we got back, we found out Reagan and Imperial were held hostage by our old friend Luna. I decided I was having no part of Luna, so I stayed home to wait for Lucifer. Gabby went down there to deal with the situation. And that's where we left off.
Alrighty. Well, you missed one little component. You all released Luna into the material world for the first time in over 200 years. And you just let her walk away. Oh, sorry. Wrong music. I started the combat music. Shh. They know nothing. Anyways. With the two of you freed, finally, after being stuck inside of the Feywild, for you it only felt like a few hours. For everybody else, it's been several days. Well, a few days. So, not Iblis is standing around inside of the basement of Reagan's family home.
Well, I haven't ever been down this way before, so that's... Seeing her here was a bit of a surprise. Thank you for coming and saving us, Gabby.
Of course.
I am never coming to your house ever again.
That, I can understand that, Imperial. I can understand that, definitely. I don't know if I'm going to be coming back down here again.
Have I told Imperial and Reagan yet about what happened with Famine?
No, because neither of them were here last session, so you actually have to roleplay it.
Fantastic. So, myself, Reese, Iblis, we ran into one of the horsemen of the apocalypse in the desert. It was Famine. And he was adamant on his course going west to destroy towns and basically just wreak havoc wherever he runs into. I managed to, I say contact, but basically I just talked to the sky so his god Ao could hear me. And I think I got us a little bit of a reprieve, about a month, we figure, before he'll make it to the first populated town.
That's good, because I met Death.
Another one of the horsemen?
Yes.
What was he doing?
I'm going to assume killing people.
He was on the battlefield, and yes.
Tony Onogato.
Some...
Mr. Roboto.
It sounds like it's actually a connection thing, so check your port.
Okay.
Yeah, because you sound perfectly fine until that hits, which means it might be your port.
All right. Let me try something else real quick.
That's just how it was said. All devils practice crochet.
Yes, for those of you who are not in the game, a fun little aspect that I usually have is when people do something stupid, silly, or just unimportant, I will just sometimes make it canon. So, devils like practicing crochet. It is now canon.
Okay, is this better?
A lot.
Yes, I'll let you know if you go donut.
Okay, sounds good.
Give her a second.
Yeah.
I was talking about death. Okay. It was interesting. They were walking the battlefield and revived some people and then killed them again. Like there wasn't enough around them that was already alive to kill.
But what would reviving people and killing them do? Were they already dead or just close to it?
They were.
I believe they call this the ultimate dick move.
I mean, that's just cruel. I thought these people were supposed to be aspects of nature, not dicks.
I thought the term you used was force of nature. Slightly different connotation.
I didn't get the sense from Famine that he was evil in any way. More that he was just carrying out his duty and moving in a direction.
That was the sense that I got also, even considering that Death was doing that. It felt there was no anger or bloodlust. It was just
Systematic.
systematic, yes.
Yeah. Well, I think we have about a month until they level the entire plane. And we have to make a big change by then.
Speaking of, did they crack through the hard-boiled egg that is Leonis?
2 days.
Not yet.
We have a month minus 2 days.
So do we want to continue this conversation in Morian?
Yeah, we need to gather everybody.
Anywhere that isn't next to where Luna was.
You all can go upstairs. I want to take just a few more minutes down here to make sure everything is all right.
This is the Feywild, right?
Not
Yeah,
where you're
quite
currently stand. Oh,
It's a connection to it.
Are you going in there?
I don't know if I can go by myself, but I just, like I said, this is my first time in this part of the estate, and I'd like to know it. And out of character, Jiro, will I have had any sort of time to get people hired and things at the estate, or is it pretty much empty?
it's pretty empty. There's not a lot of people who are willing to stand on, who are willing to live on the front lines of the most catastrophic war in history, as far as this plane is concerned, to be a butler.
Gotcha. I mean, it's just more or less just trying to understand.
Yeah, you haven't been able to do that. Peace would have to be in the area for people to want to move in to live like that.
Okay.
People who are typically butlers or house attendants or whatever you want to call them, they usually don't like being where they can just randomly die to a random fireball.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
There are some rations and that sort of thing up in the kitchen. You're welcome to to stay there for a few minutes while I come back up.
Well, I believe Imperial was referring to the fact that if you go into the Feywild for a few minutes, it could be considerable amount of time for us.
I'm also semi-concerned about the Feywilds being a dickish realm. Some things could twist around.
To the Feywilds, just understanding what all else is down here. In this plane, on this side.
It's fair enough. I understand the need for privacy.
Thank you.
I'll nod to everybody and head upstairs.
All right. You all head upstairs.
And then I'd just like to take a few minutes to kind of look around and see if they kept anything down here or had stores of anything.
All right, roll an investigation.
I'm gonna use my game inspiration already. I want to know what's down here.
Good inspiration, dirty 20.
Yeah, from a 3.
So, you move through the armory, which at this point has been ransacked through a few times. There's not really any weaponry or armaments left in there. You understand that this area has been going through some tragic turmoil, so if there was access to something to protect oneself, they would take it. It's just an aspect of building a militia. You look at the training ground, remembering it from being a small child. And aside from that portal that leads into the Feywild, you don't notice anything else down here. Just old memories.
Alright. After a few minutes, I'll head back up.
Alrighty. Everyone else currently ransacking and eating the food in the kitchen?
Is there alcohol?
Absolutely. They're
Just
nobles.
looking around and, checking things out.
Alright. Do you want to investigate, Lucian?
Yeah.
Go for it.
$13. Not very good.
Natural 2. I mean, it's a lovely home. 2 stories above ground, 1 story below. It's not as ostentatious as Morian is, at least with their noble homes. Though it does have a very simplistic charm about it. It's definitely comfortable for elves to live here, you know? It feels like there's not many distractions inside of the walls. You even see some of the outcropped placements on the walls where pictures used to be hung. That slight discoloration from time passing, not against the wall, and then the picture being removed. It's a nice home. Very nice.
All right.
So, you end up coming back upstairs, Reagan?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. You see everybody else waiting, eating, drinking.
Well, thank you. So, what has everyone else been doing? Any progress? Anything noteworthy?
How long has she been down there?
Reagan's been away for a long time. The entire downtime, in fact.
Cool. I've been eating your cereal.
For 6 months?
I never stopped.
All cornflakes.
Reese and I traveled around spreading my name, trying to get me more followers. And then we tried to get a statue made, but that was interrupted.
Well, if there's anyone to have a statue of,
Yes. Continue.
it would be you guys.
Oh, thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
And of course, Reagan's like 10 feet away at all times at this point.
Right. Our conversations are shouted from across rooms.
They are. I do miss being able to give you a hug, Abby.
Oh, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Well, it depends on how much you really want it.
It'll be very important to me at some point, I think, but now this is too much of an advantage to let go to waste, I think. I grew up being told this, and then as a monk being told that I'm pretty much made to be a weapon, and now I'm even more so. So I intend to be as deadly as I can be until this is done. Leo needs to pay.
Was the slamming of the desk in character, or?
No, that
Okay.
was just me moving around.
Is it in character now?
Yeah.
Leo needs to pay. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, she kind of.
Leo needs to pay. Light slap.
Well, at least it was Reagan light slapping and not Gabby.
They could have destroyed things.
I am so sorry. I will get you a new table.
All right, I will start the process to return us to Morian.
Okay. You have been deducting the gold, right? For the chalk?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
in my character sheet right now.
Good. Because I kind of, I never emphasized that point because you guys have, like, a remedial amount of gold. So. But it is important now that we're nearing this point.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, the circle concludes. You all teleport back to Morian Estate. Or, sorry, to the party's estate in Morian, where you see Iblis as Explorin' Lauren, wearing her pumpkin spice bugs, just twisting them back and forth.
Do you have non-detect up?
Always.
What? Oh no, she hasn't had it on since.
Oh.
Yeah, she dropped that a while ago since she contacted Fiona. She hasn't put it back on.
Oh, Iblis tastes good. But you've been on the battlefront, so you're able to suppress yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still got that level of exhaustion.
You're exhausted, so you're no longer going to have to roll to see if you become stunned because Iblis is detectable.
It's just
And
I'm already.
delectable.
Yeah.
It's like when you're too tired to get off the couch to go get a snack. You're just like, nah, it's not worth it.
Yeah. So yeah. You all appear.
You guys are gone for a minute.
Yes.
I'm still waiting on Lucifon. She's gonna look in the mirror again and say his name 3 times, hoping something will happen.
You know that's not how that works. You
What?
look at the doorway.
I mean, you're
Looks like
here.
it did.
Yeah, it definitely did work.
No, I've been seated out
Hey.
there for the past hour. I didn't feel like coming in.
How have you been, Lucifon? It's been a while.
He blinks at
You
you
don't-
twice and looks away.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
have-
Who is this?
oh, a friend of mine, he's helping me get Nobu back, and he yeah.
So,
Just-
Reagan will walk over and look up at him and just say thank you in like a very like serious tone and bow her head respectfully and let that be. And then she'll go and do other like to the other side of the room and kind of keep to herself at that.
Well, as you're kind of trying to be formal and bowing your head, he's already kind of walking around you. So, good news. The ritual is prepared. Bad news. You're gonna need somebody with more divine interference than myself to do it.
What, to bring him back or just to talk to him?
To open the gate. His soul is fragmented too many times. Each fragment is held behind a different locked door. Now, I myself, I'm powerful enough to open a single door. But as resurrection has never really been my forte, you're gonna need someone or something far more powerful.
We could get Gabby.
Do we still have his body?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I dug that up.
So we just need to do regular, not true resurrection, just regular resurrection?
Well, of sorts. The ritual is dangerous, though, unless you have a power that can go beyond these gates.
I think Gabby's our best bet unless...
Yeah, I'm sure Gabby's quite capable. I was just curious of the material components necessary.
1 gem worth 10,000 gold. He pulls out a diamond that's the size of your head, Lucian, and just puts it on the table. Broken into dust. Sprinkled across the site. An item from their childhood. Pulls out a small baby blanket. Blue. And it's one of those blankets that at the corner is a teddy bear head, like sewn into it. Puts that down. A taste of what he misses most. Holds up a flask and places it down. I've done my research.
Guess that is be a bit more family orientated.
Sure, would you like to cut off the finger of his nephew? If you say yes, I will kill you. And you feel that same, like, horrific horror off of him that you felt off Luna.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Unless you know something that I don't. I've been conducting this experiment blind, with nothing but gestures at Iblis to help me.
So that's why you're in a bad mood.
It looks like you've been successful gathering these items.
Yeah. Well, whoever's going to be powerful enough to do this, you also need a focus of incredible power.
Okay. So, Gabby, do you think you're up for it?
You look over at Gabby and she's braiding her hair. Huh? What?
Maybe we should do this somewhere like public so people could see you do it.
Are you sure you want to take that risk? It can fail.
Oh, that's true, but imagine the followers. The word would spread far and wide. You conducted some crazy ritual bringing back Lord Nobu.
Question.
What?
Jeez. Does it have to be a holy focus?
It has to be a focus that has enough power to break through the open plains, shatter 3 gates, scoop 1 individual, and pull them back together. Holy? Powerful. Yes. And as far as I'm aware, there's only a few items in this plane that's strong enough to do that.
Alright. Lucian, you're up.
I can't cast this thing.
Lucian, did you say that out loud?
No, I was just reminding everyone that was a thing.
Okay. So
I don't think anybody mentioned that in the recap, that Luna was like gonna go kill Dravdar and retrieve Vita for us so that Gabby can bring back her daughter.
Out of character, did anyone tell her that we killed?
No.
No.
That's...
Oh, I thought she did.
No.
I kept saying we should.
So the thing was, somebody said, yeah, I killed that guy. And nobody explained, so she went, no, you didn't. Because, the bane of her existence, she knows some secrets about him. But yes, if we have access to a focus that powerful, I would be afraid to use something like your blade, points at it, Gabby, may shatter from the Force.
Ooh.
But regardless, I have everything together.
Do you know what foci would work?
I'm not allowed to speak of them.
Can you write it down?
I don't break deals. I don't
If I
deceive.
say it, can you nod?
I wouldn't play this game, Gabby. I'm gonna be honest.
He pulls out a sword. He stabs the sword into the ground, directly in front of him. You think whatever you want, but I'm bound from understanding or speaking of those items.
All right. Imperial Lucian. You guys do book things with the reading and the information.
Yes.
But I spent 6 months trying to get some artifacts. But I'm pretty sure that his explanation points more to you know, the shiny rocks. And he like taps his staff towards where Lucian keeps Tempest.
Oh, so if we get Vita back, it might work?
That would probably be the best bet, considering Vita's link to life.
Well, good thing we got Luna getting it for us.
I am immediately going to sidestep.
His attention slowly rotates towards you, Gabby.
Gabby's not good at keeping secrets.
Do you want to clarify that statement?
Yeah, I saw Luna. Well, I mean, we all did. Well, except for Iblis. I don't think she was there. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, I think it was a couple days in this time because of Feywild stuff. I'm not sure how
it was literally an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like literally an hour ago. Like
it's like right before we came
you can
here.
still smell her perfume where you left.
Yeah, when we teleported back, we came from seeing her.
Continue.
Well, that's about it. They ran into her in Reagan's house, and I went to try and find Reagan Imperial. She was there, and in exchange for me or Lucian or whoever getting her out of that area where she was trapped, she was going to help us by getting Vita back and stopping.
She's out of the Fae?
I guess so.
You're
I
not
don't
gonna
really
kill us,
understand how
are
the
you?
Fae works.
He crosses his hands in front of himself and looks directly down in a very, very deep contemplation.
Can I insight to see if he's afraid?
Sure.
Damn.
By your best estimate, this man does not experience fear the same way that you do.
Does he do the concern?
No, he doesn't. He's just crossed over and thinking. So she's back.
Right, and she said she would help us if I would help her at some point.
He just begins shaking his head. You can't.
Why not?
The only thing Luna wants is impossible to get back.
Her child?
You see a very deep anger, followed by a solemn sadness cross his face. Yes.
But why is it impossible? I've brought people back before.
There's nothing left.
I've been studying a new spell that I don't need anything.
No. There's nothing left.
You mean even a soul?
He nods. And you see his entire body is rippling with tension, and the muscles are starting to bulge from him just gripping.
What if a god was to intervene?
A god cannot.
Not one of our Zodiac gods.
There's never been a god that I've known that is capable of that feat.
Well, if there's even a small chance it would work, isn't it worth a shot?
Why give her false hope?
It's not false hope if there is a chance.
There isn't.
How would you even know without trying?
I've been trying for 1,000 years.
But I haven't, and my goddess hasn't. You can think whatever you want, you can feel whatever you want, but I made a promise to her, and I intend to keep it. Could it possibly fail? Yes. I might not be able to save your child. But I'm going to try. I'm going to do everything in my power to try.
If you fail, and you make her live through that again, there will be nothing left of you. There will be no favor to call upon, no god to hide behind.
Well, if that's how you feel about it, then so be it. But like I said, I'm not stepping back from this.
I fulfilled my deal. He turns and begins walking away.
Wait, where's the soul? I need it. You said you'd give it to me. That was our deal.
I said I'd get you to it. The gates are there, the ritual is set. Figure it out your damn self.
Well, okay. Nice talking to you.
He just leaves.
I'm gonna wait like a minute after he leaves. Just gonna look back at everyone. Considering everything, that went well.
Gabby, if he comes after you, he's gonna have to deal with me too.
I'm not worried about him.
Look, I'm with you on a few things, but if that hell breaks loose, you won't count me in.
I wouldn't expect any of y'all to stand in his way if it comes to that, but it's not going to. I will succeed. And I won't stop trying to find a way until I do.
You know, I would make a snarky comment, but I know it's not gonna matter to you. So, we're trying to bring back Noble. What happened to him, actually? What is the whole death magic-y thing that you got me out of?
Yeah, when we saw you, we did a death magic thing, and we were told if you had to be somewhere, you'd be there. And, well, he's made a pact with everyone and anyone, so he's probably in a lot of places. He never came back.
Yeah, he.
Well, the last thing I remember from him was... I can't actually remember. What was it? The Aranyes? The twins?
Yeah. And others. It's hard to keep track of them all.
He never did learn.
He did learn Imperial.
Oh.
He thought he could play them all against each other and never have to pay.
But we brought him back once before, and after that, the only person he pledged to was himself. And at least on this side of life, had freed himself from those bonds.
If we bring him back, I'm buying him a self-help book.
I have been his self-help book.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah.
But the fact remains, we still need Vita before we can try this.
Correction.
Or of
It's
something
best we
quite as powerful.
do have Vita before we try this.
Always use my Sunblade and it's never failed. The fact that it might kind of scares me.
Hey, I was about to throw this thing in, and I hold up my staff. Like, all things considered, this is like pretty up there, but it's like not that far up there.
I got that feather from that god, and it was gonna pull out that big black feather from the god we dealt with during the trials. To the
Angel.
one thing. Yeah, the angel. Yeah, the angel.
Holy fuck, when did you get that?
I've been holding it around for a while.
What have
I was
you been
gonna use
doing
it.
without me?
Casting spells, something I'm not used to and I don't like doing, and I had to do it then because I had to give up everything to do a trial for some hypocritical, but it doesn't matter.
That's how we
Imperial.
fight Imperial.
Okay, you did a trial for Vira. And you got a holy feather?
Oh, I grabbed it. No, that was one of my souvenirs, I guess. I also died, so that was a interesting experience.
Why do you all get the fucking revivable deaths?
Who did you make angry enough to not let you be?
They all made the same person angry. I just got the short end.
Yeah, it was the creature that.
Fucking Croton and a minor image him back.
He doesn't look that scary. He's so tiny.
And then I minor image the corpses underneath him.
Oh, he's big.
Size, not huge, but what's the next level from huge?
Gargantuan.
Gargantuan. I think that's the size.
Oh.
He was big.
We've got a few days before the battle, the strategy meeting, so
2 days.
Honestly, I heard it as 2 days, so. Either way.
yes. I still have a little bit of work to do.
So, quick question.
Oh, and Gabby, I did meet up with Marquise earlier, and I'll give her the stuff that Marquise was trying to find for her.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I went by the shop a couple of days ago, and he wasn't there.
Quick question: the strategy meeting. Who is it? Like our strategy meeting, or is it like?
Kind of everybody is meeting up who is planning on attacking the stronghold.
But when you say everybody,
I don't know exactly who's going to be there. I just know it's in the war room of the Morian estate.
oh, okay. Everybody tap that. Fucking centipedes.
Yes, Reagan. They already sent an advancement.
Okay. Before the meeting, Gabby, I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah, of course.
Alrighty. So the two of you walk off to have your little conversation.
It's good to see you again and to have someone I know that will keep someone who will really care about this.
Reagan, what's going on?
It's very early to tell still. This has just been very hard to think about. this may be not working, but to bring Nobu back, but very hard too because I could be I could be carrying his kid. I don't know yet.
Congratulations if you are. That's wonderful news. I'm just flabbergasted.
Like I said, it's still very early. Even though I am what I am now, I was still Elven. And it's a very long pregnancy with that, but so if that does continue, I as it would have, then it is still again very early, but
When would you be able to know for sure?
usually it'll be a few months still. That's usually when we begin to show. It's just
I know you've done so much and given so much to get where you are today, but I'm concerned now about you going into battle.
as am I, but you've said I've already given so much. I don't want to walk away from that and let this be unfinished. Because if I am going to have a child, I don't want it to be born into a world that is torn apart like this.
Yeah, if this world still exists.
Right. So that's part of what I would be fighting for, is to show those things, whatever they are, that this world is worth keeping.
Fine, I'll allow it under one condition. You don't leave my sight when we're on the battlefield.
I wasn't planning to.
Great, now I gotta watch you and Evelyn all the time. Because she dies every time she leaves my side.
Right.
Yeah.
But thank you, Gabby. I didn't tell you this to put any more pressure on you with what's coming up, but when that devil was talking about things that he would miss the most, I felt that you might need to know in case you have to talk to him or something, and to convince him to come back.
Yeah, this definitely isn't the first time I've brought people back from beyond, and anything helps whenever coaxing a soul towards our side.
Right.
Wyatt, I replied.
And not to put too fine a point on it, but even if I'm not, it could be helpful to tell them that we could keep trying. I'm sure that's something he misses too.
Over the last minute, I'm gonna let my corona of light expire and my daylight actually go away so that I can get closer to Reagan without burning her.
Okay. For the first time since you've seen Gabby, she's not glowing.
And I'm gonna hug Reagan and tell her I will do everything I can to help you, your unborn child, and Nobu.
Thank you, Gabby. You've been such a good friend through all of this. I can't begin to thank you enough.
Well, I never really had a family growing up, so I've got you all now, and that's better than anything.
Your family too, Gabby. And when all this is over, I plan on having a place for everyone in Maida. And you're welcome there anytime.
Thank you. And since I'm not glowing right now, can you help me with my hair? I've been trying to braid it for like an hour and I can't get it right.
Absolutely. I will here, let me give you the braids that we would wear to war. It's an elven style.
Ooh, neat.
And then I will start braiding her hair.
Okay. So if you've ever seen Hunger Games, it's literally the braid Katniss does. That's, yeah. Where it's your whole head braided. I think they call that a French braid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to Google it.
With some
It's a
interesting...
bitch to get rid of.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
You were saying something?
Is it with some interesting details in there?
So, while the two of you are having this conversation, Iblis has excused herself and gone to the washroom on the other side of the building. Now, Wyatt, we will continue this conversation. You've reached Levistus.
Okay. Put a soul back together for me and give it to me. That's all you have to do.
Impossible.
Wow.
A fragmented soul that I control? Easy. A soul that I have no ownership over? Impossible. Souls are easily destroyed, not brought together. You're barking up the wrong tree.
How would I be able to put it back together? You're the information person, and I have a lot of information on some of your friends.
Yeah, I have a lot on yours as well.
So how about trade?
There is a ritual that can be performed to bring a soul back to its unity, though it's nearly impossible. In fact, there's only a handful of people I've ever met who are capable of doing it.
Who would be one of these people?
I won't tell you that. I know that you've been working with Lucifon. I know that you're no longer in service to your queen. And I know you're trying to get the Godslayer back. You remember when you and your friends came to hell? And when you left that child with me? And your bitch of a patron stole my item and had it crafted into a blade? Well, I'm not a fan of you. I'm not a fan of your friends. And now I have to wait 3 more generations to get my Godslayer. I
What
like
if I
the
go-
idea of you suffering longer.
Like the idea of me suffering, but I mean, there's a lot. You're not really making me suffer right now helping Fiona. or any of them, because like I said earlier.
But knowing the secrets are just a deal away, and I'm the only person you could speak to. And you can't. You could not offer me something. You're worthless to me.
Then why pick up? Let's think about this one then. Obviously, there's something you want.
Oh, I wanted to know where you are. Thank you.
And not my detection spell's been down for like 2 weeks, I think, or 6 months, something like that. It's been a while. But
Yeah, probably like 3 weeks at this point.
yeah,
It's been gone for like a very long time.
not doing too good with this information. And if you do need information, such as getting out of that block of ice or even out of the hell, since Fiona and Belial seem to have done that very easily.
Yes, they did, didn't they? Fun little
And-
experiment, isn't it? You don't know what's going on, Iblis. Stop pretending like you do.
I know that I can help fill in gaps that you need information on. And I also know that you do know the person I need to find. And even if you don't tell me, I'll probably still find it.
Good luck. I'll enjoy the effort.
See you soon. Hang up, I guess. How do you hang up on this?
You disturb the water. And when your hand touches it, it is frigid cold.
With that logic, you can make a hot tub out of a direct call to Asmodeus.
Ooh, bubbly.
You have no idea how close it came to that.
So, as you're kind of like walking past this room, Imperial, you do notice that you kind of see your breath in front of your mouth. And then you look at the washroom and you hear Iblis like, how do I end this?
There is a handy-dandy lever over there which does the flushing.
Oh, thank you. I've never actually used this from before. And you hear the toilet flush.
Alrighty.
Is this some sort of magical air conditioning unit in here?
I feel
Didn't
fine.
do anything stupid.
No, I wouldn't do it. What?
I'm gonna insider.
Sure. Iblis, go ahead.
I mean, it's freezing cold around you, and
Yeah.
she's in a bathroom.
And she has a fresh wound on her hand.
Iblis.
Look, I wanted to find out more information. It didn't work out. Apparently, quitting your job doesn't leave you a good resume. I was fired.
Yes, getting fired does not leave a good resume.
Like, Imperial is like in front of his snout, just with his hands clasped together, just. Iblis. Are you going to tell them that you just talked to somebody you shouldn't have?
I don't see why it matters. Nothing's gonna change. The person that I talked to can't even do anything. They were more just laughing at me.
Can I roll something to know which one that? Like, obviously.
Religion.
Okay. I was gonna say, obviously, it's probably somebody from the Hells.
Sure. There's only one motherfucker who's cold in the hells.
Hmm.
And you met him!
Ah, bespoke nightmares. Thank you.
Yes, yes. The shadow in the ice.
That motherfucker found us in his domain and did not like us.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't like you guys. He doesn't like me either, but I just quit my job, and I guess that's why he doesn't like me. And I guess because I hang out with you guys, but
Like, it feels like dude, it seems like he's doing mental math at the moment. Just okay, so if Ares is just fighting shit, what was her name? Fierna? Yeah, Fierna is out here, and so is that other half of that equation. How is he involved?
oh, he's just one of their alliance. If I was Belial, I would
Oh,
have.
you talked to an ally of your fiery.
I mean, she's more like my mother, but
What the fuck?
but that's beside the point. If I were them, I would have got Zariel.
I mean,
to be
so's Tiamat to me, but it's like, it's far down the list.
I don't know. I was close. We were close. It's a complicated relationship.
You were close to him? Or her?
Not this, but this. I don't see how this helps anyone.
I don't see how you contacting him helps anyone.
Oh, I was just trying to find out if we knew anyone that could help us. He said he did, but he didn't want to tell.
I mean, Iblis, I know you want this to be a success, but like, we didn't know that like anything we were doing with the Croton was gonna be a success, and yet there I went, dying. And you did it, I think. Did we do it? I kind of died before we succeeded.
Yeah, we. Yeah,
I mean, I
something
know
happened.
you. I mean, I know we did. We have the thing, but like, do we do it immediately afterwards? Because if that's the case, fuck.
I think it was 18 seconds afterwards.
Jesus.
um,
I spent 500 years in a room with doors for nothing. Where did you go when you died?
to a train station. What? Yeah.
Coliseum. Oh, you're lying. Okay, that's fine.
No. I thought it was a train station.
No, it was a
guess
Coliseum. Yeah.
Oh, it was a Coliseum then.
Yeah. A train station? What? That's not, no. This isn't Eberron.
Imperial's like looking down for a second, like, honestly, ever since I came back, shit was fucked. I remember the good old days where you could just like talk shit and people wouldn't call you out for it.
I think we should contact Mika and Akui. That was my first
Please, not
instinct
her.
on it. Should
That's
be able
like-
to do it.
That's like the fourth last person I want to speak to. Not Mika, Akui.
If we want,
Okay,
just-
it's Labria first. What's her name? Labrian?
Labria.
Labria. That's Labria first. Then Ares. Then anyone from Hell. Except maybe Lucifon, he's cool. Except when he wants to kill me.
So 50-50. He aight.
Yeah. It's like, Luna has been added to the list.
I don't like her.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What's the
She
one
said
in
she
the
want-
Arctic's name?
What?
She's the Zodiac god that's in the Arctic. I'm pretty sure it's a girl.
Do we have one of those?
Yeah, I was in her territory when I was looking for Comet.
We're looking for who?
It's the augment on my crossbow. I think it's Virgo? I can't remember her name though.
Burgess?
Burgess. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go in the bathroom real quick.
No, you're not contacting anyone again. And I'm like tugging on your hand. Unless you're actually going to the bathroom this time. You're not. Okay, let's go.
I feel like we need every thing we can get coming up. And if I can get him back, or part of him back, we will have a much better chance of winning this, because we're not taking into account Adrian, Markov, or anyone else after that, and they're going to want power. They're going to want those stones, and they have all of them except one.
I mean, we have Luna on the Blood Hunt, but...
I don't trust
Wait,
Luna
what did you
as
do
far
with
as
him?
I could throw her.
Like, okay, the last thing I remember, let's see, we basically killed everyone and revived them. Why didn't you do anything with the? Oh yeah, I was the only one there. Why didn't I do anything with them? What did we decide on?
For what?
No, this is in character.
Oh, I woke him up, and then after I woke him up, I disappeared. I was gonna interrogate him, but I couldn't.
And we just let them go again. Great.
There's a lot of other factors at play here, and I want us to have the best shot at winning this on our side. And the best shot I have is getting part of Nobu back.
Here's the thing, and I'm probably never going to say this again. What's the point of doing it half-assed?
So what you're saying, get him back now then? What do you mean by that?
If you're only getting a part of him back.
I would love to get all of him back, but from what everyone has told me, that's near impossible. And I believe in Gabby, I really do, but I do not see this working out with just her power alone.
Yeah, one thing. Like, I'm no soul expert here. Like, I've been trapped in my own soul for about, don't you kind of need the entire soul back?
We have the whole thing. Oh, you mean bringing him back? And she's gonna look down.
Yeah, but like, if we bring him back, like, and minor illusions, a diagram of a human body. So like, if you let's say that each limb is a part of the soul, and if you only get a part of him back, it's like, what happens if he doesn't have his arm soul?
I mean, we brought him back, as you said, half-assed last time. He seemed to be fine.
No, you brought him back the normal way, where it was still possible. Like, that's kind of like trying to bring me back with Revivify.
I feel like we should give him a shot rather than just giving up.
I'm saying give up. I'm saying and he just stares into the distance for a moment.
Nobu kept a tattoo of you on his body because he cared about you. You were one of his close friends. And Nobu was my friend as well. He did everything in his power to bring me back when I died.
No, I feel bad
I would
about
like
the self-help book.
But to think that I want to be that person that would do the same for him.
Look, we had an interesting relationship. And I'm not gonna say I won't do anything for him. I'm just saying, if you choose to do exactly what we all criticized him for doing, what's the point?
Not
We're
selling my
making
soul.
deals.
I'm asking for help. I didn't make a deal with Levistus, I can tell you that. And I wasn't planning on making a deal with them.
I'm gonna inside planning on making a deal.
Yeah. You kind of use those exact words.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to make like. Oh, yikes.
Well, okay, so.
It
Continue.
wasn't. It's not a deal in the sense of selling something out or selling
like-
anyone out. It was more a deal in the sense of fill you in on a situation.
As soon as Iblis like clarifies herself, Imperial's like pointing with like doing the up palm up point, like, and his lips are like folded in on themselves, just like. I knew it. Iblis. I know for a goddamn fact that you chastised him about his like lack of self-worth when it came to his soul. And now it seems a bit counterproductive is the best word I can come up with here. To do that. However, yes, I understand. Help is good. But it's not always available.
Well, I keep trying. I won't talk to devils if that makes you feel better.
It
Got 2
barely does,
days.
honestly, because your other option is just as shite.
Let's see. And Iblis is walking back towards the bathroom.
At least pick a fucking well or something.
Well, people drink from that.
With that logic, somebody takes a shit in there, and Levistus gets a nice new surprise in his ice cube.
Win-win?
Win-win.
But anyways, as this is happening, Lucian, Reese, are the two of you doing anything?
Well, I was going to finish copying my spell book and also cast Contingency along with Polymorph. So if I drop to below or at 40 hit points, I'll turn into a giant ape.
Third level or lower. Check.
Well, 5th level or lower.
But it's third level, so yeah.
4th level spell, yeah.
Fourth level, yeah. Sorry, this is a very, very complicated spell.
Yeah, it kind of is.
And it lasts 10 days.
I was under the impression it was permanent until it happens.
No, the duration is 10 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you can cast it every 10 days and do the same thing.
All right.
You describe that circumstance. So when you suffer X amount of wounds, you will then cast that spell. Automatically.
That spell will
Automatically.
take effect, yeah.
Yeah.
When you suffer X amount of wounds, go apeshit.
Yeah.
To steal Reagan's joke.
So yeah, I was just gonna do that. Maybe go to the store, get another 100 GP of gem chalk, and copy my spellbook, and then go to the meeting.
Sure.
I'm not doing a whole bunch.
Reese?
Well, I mean, there's not much I can do until we get to the meeting up, I'm assuming.
So we're fast
These are-
timing to the meeting. All right.
Yeah.
So, everybody. 2 days have gone by. You all wake up early in the morning, and for some of you, you don't even have to wake up. As you know, this is the day that you've been building up towards. The day of the meeting. You all feel the tension rising in the air, almost a tangible substance that you can nearly taste. Iblis, Reese, you two are the only two perfectly calm at what's about to transpire. Everyone else, you're jittery. Your hands are shaking. The nerves are on edge.
I feel like that's Imperial nowadays.
But Reese and Iblis, you've dealt with this before. Your heart rate is racing, for sure. And you are hyper alert, but you are maintaining your composure far better than everybody else as all of you move through the city up to the Morian estate.
The place the meeting is taking place, is this like a castle?
Yes.
Okay, and then we see all these groups arriving from different locations kind of thing at
I'm
the
getting
same
to that.
time? Okay.
Getting to that. So, as you all are walking up to the estate, down a very familiar long road and pathway for many of you. You've traveled this many, many, many times. You look to your right down one of the other centralized streets that move through the circle squares towards the estate. And you see the large force of the Akui army moving in. Mika towards the front of it, being the representative of Akui. You look to the left and you notice a mixed match of clerical individuals and brutish soldiers, followed by a pair of halfling twins representing Gemin and Inni. As you are walking forward, you all do take note that seated on the stairs of this estate is about 35 soldiers adorned in dark red and black armaments, ranging in race across the entire spectrum. Some that even some of you have no idea what they actually are, but I mean, they look terrifying. And you notice Ares sitting in the middle of them all, just waving at you.
Hey there, good man.
Hey,
Group
I'm back.
photo, eh?
Dragon Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Ares.
I apologize.
In an instant, he's standing directly in front of you, Reagan, and then you feel your hair like get shoved backwards.
Name's Ares, the god of war.
Reagan
You
Con-
stink.
of Mida.
You smell. Are you dead?
No, that might be me.
Badass.
He takes one jump and lands back in that seated position. Notably, since all of you have known him, this is your first time seeing him since the start of the campaign without any wounds.
Hmm.
Huh.
Iblis, you look over behind this army, and you do notice the representative of the bridge burner sitting there, chewing on an apple. Just nods.
Eat an apple to establish that you're a natural.
No, it's to establish that he's chill. He's calm. Mika walks up. Hey, everyone. How's it going?
Good.
The two
Hi,
halflings
by the way.
See you.
The two halflings join as well. Hey. Sup?
Have we met since I got back?
I've never met you.
No, I'm talking to Mika.
Yeah, I saw you passing through the hallway. I said, holy shit, you're alive. And you went, and kept moving. Good to see you. You seem busy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell which is worse. And I'm gonna look. I'm looking down like halflings or koi.
The halflings look up at you. One of them, bows their head respectfully. The other one is wearing, like, leather pelts and scaly armor from different fish and creatures and just, sup.
Right. Oh yeah, I remember you two. You fucking killed me. Well,
they look at each other. We're not Gem and any. No, we're the representatives. But if you want to fucking die, the one starts stepping forward, and then the peaceful one puts their hand forward. Not right now. That's not why we're here. Remember, we are not here to kill. Say it with me. We are not here to kill. We are not here to kill. Yes. Sorry.
He's just like, it seems like Imperial's currently spacing out, just staring at the two of them. Yeah. Okay.
So,
when is it starting?
They said we'll start as soon as everyone gets here.
How many left?
One.
Jero, from your description, there's only one army here, or there are multiple armies?
There are representatives of armies with large forces behind them, but as for like whole armies, these are platoons at most.
Right. So we have Arius so far, and then we have Gemini.
Yep.
And then Akui.
Yep.
So 3 armies so far.
And then your party.
Okay.
And we have one person or one group left.
I don't know.
Do you know who it is?
No. For some reason, they don't tell me many things.
Honestly,
you didn't mention Pisces. Isn't Pisces coming?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
How am I supposed to know?
No. You look up at the stairs and you do see the Queen of Morian, Nobu's sister, standing there. I am the representative for Pisces.
Hey.
All right.
The forces have not moved. What were you saying, Reagan?
So I'm just saying it's good to see you again.
She looks at you and looks away, but gives a small, quick smile, and then putting on her face that she has to wear. She is in the presence of the most powerful militaries in the world. She has to keep a face.
Mm-hmm.
Are they not going to?
They will move as soon as we know which direction they need to take. But anyways, it would appear that the final representative is here. She gestures behind you all.
Holy shit.
You see a single individual wearing long red pants with a skirt over top of it, holding a shield that covers most of their body, and a lance in the other hand, adorned in gold and red markings. Moving up to a very, very powerful frame and a shielded helmet, denying access to anything except the eyes. And a large red set of feathers on top of the head. It is a feminine body that begins walking through everybody. And the armies kind of just, like, take a step back. The individual easily walks through everyone. Stops and looks at you all. I am here. Nobu's sister takes a very big gulp. Good. Then our meeting can begin, please. She rotates and her hand is shaking as she gestures up the stairs. The individual walks up them very easily. Ares moves in front of the individual and kind of squats to look at them.
Hey, you look pretty strong. Want to join my army?
No. The individual kind of just pushes past Ares and keeps walking. Mika walks up. The two twins walk up. Ares looks at all of you.
Alrighty. War Council. It's been a while since we had one of these. I got kicked out last time. Y'all excited?
Kind of goes over and pats Imperial and Lucian hard on the back, and the two of you are, like, very shaky right now with the tension.
I much prefer the torture room, actually.
We'll talk about that later.
Not... Okay.
Gabby, who's the lady with the pseudo armor?
Does Gabby know?
Roll me a religion check.
Would my religion check tell as well?
You would not have had the opportunity.
Okay.
Whoa, that one.
No idea.
Going by the possibilities and the current situation, it's somewhat likely that it might be a horseman.
So, Gabby, what is our objective over here?
What is our objective?
Yeah, what do you want out of this war council?
Well, the best plan that we can come up with to beat Leo.
So it's pretty open-ended. There isn't anything specific you want to achieve.
No, not necessarily. We just need to make sure Leo falls and somebody takes his place that can bring change to this land. Enough so that Ao will recognize it.
We keep talking about Ale.
Ao's issue is it's the endless cycle of violence and pettiness and corruption because of the deities that we are in the presence of.
Ares looks over.
Hey, I'm not corrupted. I've done the same thing my entire life.
That needs to change.
I'm just gonna like I point a finger at Ares and I point a finger to Reese.
Why would I change?
Reese, I think you might.
I am the god of war. My existence is for battle, for bloodshed. I've done my job perfectly.
At this point, if you want to have a plane to war over, changes are required.
What do you know?
As this conversation is happening, the woman up front turns.
The conversation will continue inside the council. Who the fuck is she?
And Reese.
Yes.
We need allies. Keep that in mind.
I will let you do all the talking.
Ares marches up to the woman at the front.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
In the back, Imperial's just mumbling to himself, no, you're gonna get injured again.
I don't think I am somebody like you. I am me.
That's not what I'm asking. Hey, Look at me when I talk to you.
He grabs her shoulder and spins around. And in one very quick motion, she punches his chest. And you notice her fist goes straight through it.
Oh, that's a spleen.
And she just pulls it back out. You are not my god.
That's...
Okay, hold
That's
on.
a
She
word.
just punched through his chest and pulled it back out like a bloodied fist without anything in it?
Yeah.
Like, didn't pull any organs or anything like that out back,
No,
but it
no.
just
God's anatomies,
punched
you know?
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cousin.
Ares,
Sorry,
like,
no,
just looks at the hole in his chest.
What the fuck? Ow.
There are things that we've
Ow.
about the situation, Ares, that
That really hurt.
we will probably be discussing in the war room.
He turns and
Imperial's-
looks at you, and you can see it's through his chest.
No, like that really fucking hurt.
It will
Imperial's
probably explain that a little better.
Imperial's going to like walk up to Ares and like pat him on the back and like usher him into the war room
Yeah.
like a hand nurse.
And he just keeps poking at the wound.
Ow.
It's
Ow.
not gonna help.
Yeah, but it's fun. Ow.
I'll give you that. Imperial pokes it.
Ow!
Hey, I can do it, not you.
Okay, I'll take.
I'm
this
gonna
chance.
approach the woman that just punched him through the chest, and do you mind if I ask who your god is?
That is not important for this meeting.
What should we refer to you as then?
Vor.
For?
Vor. She
Oh,
speaks with a
Vor.
heavy accent. It's war.
Vor.
Oh, it's one of the freaking horsemen. Fuck.
I mean, we were joking about it.
We met famine. This is war. Okay.
Also met
And
Death.
Reagan
Who's left?
met death. There's only one left.
Death or
Pestilence.
okay, that explains it.
So,
I mean, honestly, I'm waiting for you to throw in the secret fifth horseman conquest.
What a twist.
no.
Okay, so war is in the council is gonna go after Leo, but war is here to destroy the entire plane. So
Yes.
I'm curious how this is gonna work out.
The individual walks into the war room for the war meeting, sits at the table, and everybody else fills in
Don't you?
chairs one by one. Very large open chamber with a circular table seated with enough chairs for everybody to sit down. To the left of War, in the head chair, is Nobu's sister. To the right of her, Ares sits down, keeps poking at his chest. And everybody else fills in line. Mika sits directly next to Lucian. The twins sit next to each other. And everybody else just fills in. Who wants to sit next to Ares, though? This is an important question.
Probably Imperial.
Alrighty.
Hey, do you have any of that good touch stuff?
I mean, probably not good enough for what that did.
Well, you know.
I mean, what, are we gonna storm this today?
Oh, I hope so.
If you hope so, it's probably not happening.
Well, let's make sure it kind of happens, you know?
Hold on. I only have one thing, and it's probably not appreciated in this room.
So what? It's a war council. We're here to have fun, right?
He elbows at the woman, War, who doesn't acknowledge him.
Furious just think to myself, how much until he loses a kidney?
So, you all sit down at the council, getting yourselves together and looking around the room at the group of individuals that have been called forth here. Many of them clearly with no experience being on a council like this, yourselves included. Gabby, Reagan, Lucian. Imperial, you probably have never been on a council like this either. You are too young. But anyways, with all of you getting yourselves prepared and ready, I think this is a good place for us to take our break. We'll be right back.